The Horrifying Crimes of John Wayne Gacy. He was a respected businessman, a father, a man who dressed up as a clown to entertain children. But behind the painted smile of John Wayne Gacy hid one of the most terrifying serial killers in American history. Welcome back to True Crime Stories. Tonight, we explore the shocking double life of the killer clown. He looked like the friendly neighbor next door. But inside his suburban Chicago home, investigators discovered a nightmare: 29 bodies buried beneath the floorboards. This is the disturbing story of John Wayne early life. John Wayne Gacy was born in 1942 in Chicago. His childhood was marked by an abusive father and frequent illness. Gacy longed for approval, but grew up feeling rejected and weak. As he reached adulthood, he presented himself as a hard-working man, active in politics, running a successful contracting business, and even throwing parties for neighbors. But beneath that mask of respectability, darkness was growing. The clown. Gacy became well known in his community for his volunteer work. He dressed as a clown, calling himself Pogo, and performed at local hospitals and children's parties. The clown persona made him seem harmless, almost lovable. But for many, that painted smile would later become a symbol of pure horror. The double life. By night, Gacy preyed on young men and boys. He often lured them with the promise of work in his contracting business, or simply picked them up off the streets. Once inside his home, he used a cruel trick. Gacy would show his victims a pair of handcuffs, pretending it was a magic trick. But when the cuffs locked, the illusion ended. And the nightmare began. The murders. Gacy's crimes spanned from 1972 to 1978. He raped, tortured, and strangled his victims, most of them teenage boys. What made his case even more chilling was where the bodies were found. Gacy buried 29 victims in the crawl space beneath his house. Others were discarded in rivers nearby. Neighbors would later recall strange smells coming from his home. They had no idea they were living above a mass grave. Close calls. Over the years, some boys managed to escape Gacy's grasp, reporting his assaults to police. But his status as a respected businessman helped him avoid serious consequences. He seemed untouchable, until one teenage boy's disappearance finally brought everything crashing down. Capture. In December 1978, 15-year-old Robert Paiste vanished after leaving work to meet with Gacy about a job. Police obtained a search warrant for Gacy's home. Inside, they discovered a horrifying smell, evidence of young men's belongings, and eventually, the crawl space filled with human remains. John Wayne Gacy's double life was finally exposed. The trial. Gacy was charged with 33 murders, one of the highest-known victim counts at the time. At trial, he tried to plead insanity, claiming his clown persona committed the murders. The jury didn't believe him. In 1980, Gacy was convicted on all counts and sentenced to death. Execution. After 14 years on death row, John Wayne Gacy was executed by lethal injection on May 10, 1994. His final words were chilling. "Kiss my ass." Even in death, Gacy showed no remorse. John Wayne Gacy's crimes horrified the world, not just for their brutality, but because he hid in plain sight. A businessman, a neighbor, a clown who made children laugh. But beneath the mask was a predator who turned his home into a cemetery. What's most terrifying about Gacy, the murders themselves, or the fact that no one suspected the man who lived right next door? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more true crime stories every week.